What up, B Squad? It is me, JB, and we are here today, you guys, for another installment of They Cutting the Fool. And baby, are they cutting the fool? So this is going to be They Cutting the Fool. I don't know what number this is. This is going to be number 10, you guys. So before we go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel, and you guys are not subscribed to the channel yet, then I need you guys to do me what? That solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about what these fools are doing this week, shall we? All right, you guys. So the first story that we are going to talk about is one that blew up. Oh, when did this story blow up? I feel like it blew up like on Sunday. It was either Saturday or Sunday. I would have to look at my timeline because I'm actually going to go down my timeline to talk about this. So this happened it was Sunday, I believe, you guys. I think this was Sunday. What was Sunday? What was the 28th? It was the 28th. So that was this past Sunday. So I noticed it on Saturday. So there was this, so I'm talking about Tamar Braxton, right? So Tamar was on this podcast and they were asking her about, Cowboy Carter and, Beyonce, right? So Tamar gave her thoughts and her opinions. Initially, I didn't have a problem with her and her, initially I didn't have a problem with it. Because I was like, okay, cool. You giving praise to Beyonce, but then in the same realm, you go and throw shots at other people. So it says, this comes to us from Yahoo. So it says, Tamar Braxton is like so many other people who are giving her flowers for the impact of Beyonce's latest album, Cowboy Carter. The Braxton Family Value star was asked her thoughts on the project when she appeared on the 100th episode of the We Sound Crazy podcast. It says a clip from the conversation began circulating this weekend. In it, the Love and War vocalist shared, I think that black country is so necessary. I'm so happy that people with talent who can actually sing country music that are black people are finally getting the recognition they deserve. That's what I think. And that's where you should have left it at, Tamar. Moreover, Braxton added, I just really appreciate Beyonce for opening the door for all other black artists that has, rode the wave behind the floodgates. I'm just really appreciative of her. These people can really sing. They're so talented. You got to make sure if you're going to step into a new genre of music and represent us, that you got to represent. It got to be right. Can't be all auto-tuned down. That's not it. What else did she say? She said some other stuff. Let me see if I can find the full quote. Because then she was like, and this is me paraphrasing, because then she was like, there was somebody that had released something that she heard and it was awful, right? So that, and then I'm paraphrasing because I don't have the full thing. Let's see if I can find it. But I'm paraphrasing. I am paraphrasing because that's essentially what she said. Yes, here it is. Here's the quote. It says, there was a couple of people who should not have been singing country black music. That was awful. And it was concerning for me, she said, unprovoked. I'm not trying to be funny. It just didn't sound good. She added about black artists making sure they come correct. She says about black artists making sure they come correct to represent us in other genres. And it's just like, Tamar. Because we all know people who've crossed, we only know two people who want to cross over from another genre into country, right? That is K. Michelle and Monica. Now I know damn well she ain't talking about Monica. So you can only then deduce she's talking about K. Michelle. And it's like, girl, K. Michelle ain't said shit about you in years. And here you go with this bullshit. Like, here you go with this bullshit. Like, And when I saw it, because I'm actually gonna tell you guys, I'm gonna tell you guys what I tweeted over this weekend about Tamar, because Tamar gets on my nerves. Like, you want to like Tamar, and when I used to watch Braxton Values, Tracy and Tamar were my two tops, my girls that if you know anything about me, you know that I love Tony. I love me some Tony Down, right? But watching the show, I fell in love with Tracy, and I did fall in love with Tamar. But Tamar's antics is what throws me off with her. And the problem that I also have with Tamar is that Tamar is a 50, no, she's not 50 yet. She's a 46-year-old woman, damn near 50 years old, and you still do the childish bullshit that you've been doing for years. And the problem with Tamar is that you've done this shit for so long with your sisters that your sisters never clocked it. The only sister that ever clocked Tamar on her shit was Tracy. Like, and God rest Tracy, so love you, Tracy. But you were able to get away with this stuff with your sisters because you're their baby sister, and they be like, oh, that's just Tamar, that's just Tamar. But other people are not gonna give you that same leeway and that same grace. So what I tweeted was, now Tamar could have kept her peace and left it at what she initially said. Now, when they clap back at you, don't get to crying, because you guys remember when when K Michelle called her a Muppet. Y'all remember she was on the reel crying, talking about, do I really look like a Muppet? And she talking about she had to ask Vince about that. Speaking of Tamar, so Tamar, I saw this video where Tamar was talking about the Muppet comment, right? Where she was trying to say K Michelle thought she ate by calling her a Muppet, but it didn't really faze her. Girl, a lie do not care who the fuck tell it. That comment affected you because, like I just said, you were on the real crying about it. Like, you were asking them, do you look like a damn Muppet? So miss me with the bullshit, Tamar. So I also tweeted, Tamar makes it hard to like or defend her. I wish she would put all that messy energy into her music. One thing you can't take from her is that voice. But how are you close to 50 doing childish ass bullshit? And that's just really how I feel about Tamar. It's like, and then people gonna come out this week saying, oh, Tamar wasn't talking about K Michelle. Well, then who the hell was she talking about? And also the problem that I have with her is, girl, put a name on it. Don't talk in riddles. Don't talk in soliloquies. Don't talk in none of that shit. Put a name to it. But you can't do that because that's not who you are. That's not at all who you are. And I was like, like I said, whenever K Michelle comes out with whatever she gonna say about Tamar, I'm gonna be here for it, because I ain't, you started it with her for no reason. So K Michelle first started with Janice and a glass of I guess like brandy or something, right? And so then it says she came back with, I spy with my little eye a leprechaun in my DMs, sigh. Then she says, imagine you keep playing with someone who's minding their business, then boom, they sick of you. One tweet and screenshot is over for you. She said, I don't pull stunts raggedy and I pull cards. My God. Then she called her a loud cackling hyena. Why do Tamar do that? Like, that is so not cute. Oh, God. Who told Tamar that was cute? Like, who told her that was cute? I hate when she does that. And then K Michelle said, how many times are you going to keep calling for something you can't handle upon its arrival? Huh, Janice? And this is what she put. Can y'all see Janice? Can y'all fucking see Janice? Look at that. I'm going to keep my comment to myself, because no. Because I see the resemblance. Then she said, now I'm going back into my place of slumber, peace and positivity. I have some goals to accomplish. I'm grateful for every blessing I'm receiving. I could go there, but I'm going back to minding my business and singing these songs. She says, I've grown, I've healed, but I'm not weak. Leave me alone. I'll turn the other cheek, but I'll slap yours first. And I'm here for K Michelle. Like, I really truly am. And so then the blog started picking it up. And I think it was like I think it was the Neighborhood Talk, or was it Baller Alert? One of those blogs, they posted it, and K Michelle was in the comments, and I did not get the damn comment. But K Michelle was in the comment, and basically it was just like, she's been doing this for years. It's like you start shit with me, and you say shit, but then when people clap back at your ass, you become the victim, and that's my problem. That is my problem with Tamar. Tamar loves to make herself out to be the victim when you could have kept it at, what Beyonce did was good for the culture, good for black artists, and all of this stuff, right? You could have left it at that. But you didn't have to take shots at anybody else at any point in that interview. You could have just left it at, I'm happy with what Beyonce is doing. And it would have, nobody would have ever said, oh, she's talking about K Michelle. Because as I said, there's only two people that you can think of, Monica and K Michelle, that she was talking about. And like I said a few minutes ago, I know good damn well she wasn't talking about no goddamn Monica. Like, I know you weren't talking about Gunica, so you had to be talking about K Michelle. But yeah, girl, go straight to hell. Go to hell, Tamar. Go to hell, go to hell, go to hell. Let's pause here and move on to the next one. All right, you guys. When I say Kendrick Lamar. Oh my God. So what I will say is I ain't really been keeping up with these damn beefs like that. But I was at work yesterday, and my friend, she was sitting on the side of me, and I saw her face, she making these facial expressions, and she said to me, she said my name, and she's like, have you been keeping up with this stuff with, the rap beefs? I was like, here and there. Like, we talked about the stuff last week with Chris Brown and Quavo. I really ain't talked about it. Now, I ain't talked about none of the beefs with Drake, like with Drake with Kanye, Drake and Rick Ross, which that was in my notes a few weeks ago to talk about that. But I didn't know what the hell was going on, right? And Drake and Kendrick Lamar, baby, Kendrick Lamar. He released a song yesterday called Euphoria. So that's what she was listening to. And she was like, she showed me this meme. And child, I hollered when I saw that damn meme of that white boy and that black girl. Especially when I finally listened to the song when Kendrick Lamar said, when you see Drake and Sexy Red, you see two bad bitches. Not two bad bitches. I was like, you see two bad bitches. I hollered. Baby, when I tell y'all Kendrick Lamar, K-Dot ate Drake up. Like, there is no kind of rebuttal or anything for Drake. Like, sir, he literally chew you up, had a toothpick to pick you out, and spit you out after that, because it was brutal. My God. Then, he took so many shots at you. He was talking about you signed to a nigga who was signed to a nigga. It was just a lot of shots. Shot at, you being a daddy. Shot at you. My God, it was just so many shots. Because I was like, damn. Again, he called, so I'm going to read some of this stuff. It says, in the song, Lamar raps about how the famous actor we once knew is looking paranoid and now spiraling. Drake famously began, we know where Drake began his career. K-Dot went on to call the subject of the track a pathetic masterpiece, master manipulator, a habitual liar who is not a rap artist but a scam artist. He says he makes music to electrify him while Drake makes music to pacify him. It also says, I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way you walk, the way you talk. He continues, I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak diss. I think he also said he hate that he hates the way he say, he hates the fact that he says nigga and all that kind of stuff. He said, how many more fairy tale stories about your life till we've had enough? How many more black features till you finally feel that you're black enough? Whew, my God, my God, my God. Yep, he took a shot at his relationship with his son. He said, I got a son to raise, but I can see you don't have nothing, you don't know nothing about that. So it says Kendrick Lamar and Drake's feud goes back more than a decade to 2013 when Lamar rapped on Big Sean's song Control about how he wanted to, you know, Drake and other prominent rappers. Yeah, Mr. Aubrey Graham. I'm just going to say this to you. Like I said a few minutes ago, there is literally, and I mean absolutely not a damn thing. Like everybody was talking about the fact that Chris Brown bodied Quavo last week, which again, let me tell you guys, I have not listened to either one of their songs. So I can't say who won that beef, but I damn sure can tell you who won this beef with K Dot and Drake. It was K Dot. Drake, I'm gonna say this to you here loud and clear, sir. It's just gonna be best that you don't, let it be. Let a sleeping dog lie. Cause that man, he, woo, he got you. He got you. And for me, it was the line of, the whole, when you see Drake in Sexy Red, I see two bad bitches. It was a two bad bitches comment. It was the two bad bitches comment. Hang it up, flat screen. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments below. You guys, we gonna pause here and we gonna wrap up this segment of They Cutting the Fool. And lastly, you guys, in They Cutting the Fool, Jeezy and Jeannie Mai. Now, we all know that young Jeezy and Jeannie Mai, they are going through their divorce, right? And, I had a feeling that things were going to get ugly between these two, but I didn't know if I didn't expect it to get to the magnitude that it currently is. And this is not going to be an amicable divorce. And, the problem came in when he wanted to take the daughter from her. Now, here's the thing I want to say, because I know people will say, oh, well, this is her, I know people will say, oh, this is her karma. Oh, and even I'm going to have to say this part, because I absolutely do agree with this part. I don't believe, and people saying this is her karma because of the comment of she likes her dark meat on the side. Was that an ignorant statement and a comment from her about, that was when she said that on the reel? Absolutely right. But what I also will say is you ended up getting the same black man that other black women have had, right? We've heard about Jesus' relationship with his kids. We've heard about his, his relationships with other, been in other relationships, right? So Jeezy is not without his own fair share of issues. So when it comes to Jeezy and Jeannie, so now the newest thing is Jeannie is talking about the fact that he has the guns. And me and my friend were talking yesterday when we went to lunch, and I get the sentiment of, and because we both kind of said this, like, Jeezy had guns when you got with him. So when you chose to have a family with him, you knew about that. But I guess you could also argue that, yes, she knew that he had guns, but with her being in the house with the kid, she can be like, hey, put the guns away, or she can put the guns away, right? But with them with them going through this divorce and her not going to be around, she would, I get it, she would worry for her child's safety, right? And it makes sense. So I'm not going to beat up on her too much about that. And so now she is, saying that there is domestic abuse in the relationship, right? And you guys know how I am when it comes about that. I choose to believe what people say. I choose to believe the victim. Now, Jeezy, however, is denying the claims of abuse. So it says Jeannie Ma has fired back at Jeezy in their bitter divorce, asking a judge to deny him custody of their kid because she claims he's been reckless and abusive, but he calls BS. The talk show host filed new legal docs Thursday, obtained by TMZ. And Jeannie makes some bombshell claims against her ex, who recently asked a judge to rip up their temporary custody agreement and grant him more substantial parenting time for their young daughter. Jeezy claimed he'd been getting unfairly denied time with their kid, but now Jeannie has a scathing response, hurling allegations of abuse and dangerous behavior with purported photo evidence to boot. In her filing, Jeannie outlines a few different instances of alleged abuse, including claims that Jeezy is prone to explosive outbursts, excessive drinking, and domestic violence. Jeannie cites one alleged incident from April 2022 when she says they were at the Ritz-Carlton in San Francisco and claims Jeezy choked her from behind while she was going up some stairs and alleges he pushed her down those same stairs. Jeannie claims hotel security intervened and took a report, an alleged copy of which she attaches here. There's no explicit mention of the alleged choking, but the report does include mentions of a security guard mediating some arguments between them. The guard also writes a lounge server. Had reported seeing Jeezy push Jeannie, a secondhand account. In another alleged instance of recklessness, Jeannie claims Jeezy crashed a golf cart they were both in, which she alleges happened as a result of him being too drunk. She attaches alleged text messages between herself and Jeezy where she shows off bruises she says she sustained from the crash, and the text appeared to show Jeezy being remorseful and apologetic. Oh, it does. It says, baby, I love a lot of dresses. I have a lot of dresses to wear this week. He says, I'm so sorry, babe. Haven't forgiven myself for putting you in, oh my God, in danger is not one word. It is two, in danger, or he could have meant in danger, like in, but that's not the same word, because he really means, I apologize for putting you in space danger, not en, never mind. So he says, I've been, and uneasy is one word, not two. He said, I've been uneasy and sad about it. Sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm a person that's all about punctuation and spelling. Ooh, oh wow. So this is what I was talking about. I hope you guys can see it with the guns, right? And it's like I said a few minutes ago, I get her stance. I can see both sides of where people would be like, he had them when you got with him, so what changed, right? And it's like I said, when she was in the home, she could freely put them up or ask him to put them up. But with them going through a divorce and him wanting a child, she won't be there because, baby, those things are just sitting out in the open. Like, my God. And so this is a true story. Like, I have a friend who I went to high school with, and she worked at our local jail, right? And so she had her firearm in her glove compartment, and unfortunately, her son, he took it out of the glove compartment and unalived himself. God. I've always prayed for, because I know, because I remember when it happened, and I know she beat herself up over it. It didn't even happen. it's a similar situation that happened with me with my mom. When I was a kid, I was like 3 or 4 years old. My mom had a firearm, and I knew where she put it at. Right now, mind you, me as a little kid, I thought of little kids we play with them all the time. I thought it was a toy, so I went under the bed, and I took it out of the bag that because she had it in a bank deposit bag, right? So I opened the bag, took it out the bank deposit bag, and I took it to my mom, and I said, "Look, mama," and so she freaked out. She freaked out, took that gun from me, and she got rid of it from that day forward, because that scared the hell out of her. her 3 or 4 year old coming up to her saying, "Look, mama." So it also says here, Jeannie also claims Jeezy would leave guns all over the house when their young child was around, photos of which she also attaches and claims it was incredibly dangerous. Now that I have to agree with her. And it says, for all these reasons, Jeannie is asking the judge to deny Jeezy's request to grant him more custody, essentially saying it would not be safe for the child. So I don't know who this statement is from, but it says the allegations are, oh, this is from Jeezy. The allegations are not only false, but also deeply disturbing, especially coming from someone I loved. This malicious attempt to tarnish my character and disrupt my family is ridiculous. It's disheartening to witness the manipulation and deceit at play. And at this time, my main concern is being an active father to our daughter as I continue to fight for court-mandated joint custody. Rest assured, the truth will prevail through the proper legal channels. Okay. You guys let me know what you think. It's gonna be a mess. Only thing I care about is that little girl, right? Because y'all are dragging her into something that when she gets older, she's gonna be able to Google this stuff about her mom and her dad. And she may have feelings about both of her parents. But it is what it is. I hope it works out in the end for, all parties involved. Let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comment section below. You guys subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.